Well, it gets pretty technical pretty quickly, but we were founded by Silvio Macaulay, who's a Turing Award winner in computer science. He's a tenured professor at MIT, 25 years, and he invented a couple of things that were they're fundamental to cryptocurrency overall. So zero knowledge proofs, verified random functions. These are his, pillars that came from his inventions. And so he watched the space and he saw sort of the earlier layer one protocols that were costly. They were had a very large environmental footprint. They are slow, and so he said to himself, "I could probably build something better than that." And the thing in crypto is, it's all about the consensus mechanism. Everything comes down to the quality of the consensus mechanism. And he came up with a very elegant consensus mechanism called a pure proof of stake consensus mechanism. And this enables Algorand to be at the same time very decentralized, highly secure, and highly scalable. And the thing that's kind of interesting about that is that was a challenge that Vitalik Buterin set out a number of years ago. He said it's impossible. If you want scalability, you've got to give up decentralization, or you've got to give up security. You can't have all three at the same time. And Algorand, famously has broken through that trilemma. So you get all three with a very low carbon. Well, Bitcoin is a digital store of value. So it's a digital gold, but it can't do things that other layer one protocols can do that are enabled by smart contracts, right? So it's a kind of it's a different game actually. And so all of the supply chain management that you can do, the the various things that come from the ability to have money that's programmable, you can't really do on the Bitcoin blockchain. So for that, you need to look at other kinds of layer ones. And Algorand is built to compete with traditional finance because it's fast enough, and it has 4.5 second final finality, settlement finality. So it's really trying to go up against the big boys of traditional finance, and can compete quite well in that.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And we have in Nigeria, they clamped down 73 million phones. Guys, privacy is out the window in the name of security. They always do it in the name of security. 73 million phones. If you're not signed up to their database, you can't use your phone. And guys, we know how important phones are to the global world, the global economy. That is amazing. Just like the devaluing of currency, if you think it only can happen there, you better think twice. The same thing when it comes to these phones. If you think it's just going to be in Nigeria, you better think twice. They want all your data. You better do your homework on all the technology that's going on. Just look at what Palantir can do. I've done several videos on Palantir. But guys, we have Algorand celebrating Earth Day. The founder is from MIT. Gary Gensler used to talk about Algorand all the time. But we know the agenda. The climate change agenda is worldwide. And you have to follow the money. They made trillions of dollars on oil, and they're going to make trillions more on converting us over to clean energy where we should have been in the first place. And when we hear these different projects talking about Bitcoin, what do they say? Bitcoin is the digital gold, a store of value. They all say the same thing because it's all part of the same plan. We know the robots, algorithms, and drones are going to take over this economy. Use the cryptos to pay each other because they need digital money. They can't work with paper money. Remember, crypto means hidden message, hidden meaning. And in this video about crypto stocks, it says that crypto stocks and Bitcoin is decoupling. No, it is not. Bitcoin and cryptos are moving lockstep with the NASDAQ. They're all taking a beating right along with regular stocks. But tech stocks and cryptos are moving lockstep. We have over 19,000 cryptos. That's going to change really fast. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because the Fed is going to be shrinking liquidity, these cryptos are going to be slaughtered. A lot of consolidation, a lot of big bank takes little bank. And this will happen over the next 12 months. And remember, the crypto teacher told you because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Publicly traded crypto-related companies. Kate Rooney has more on that this morning. Hey, Kate. Hey, Carl. For most of the last year, Bitcoin and crypto-related stocks have really been trading together, but not so much anymore. The crypto stocks are decoupling this year, with a lot of these names performing 3 to 4 times worse than Bitcoin. A slide in crypto prices, yes, that's not great for these companies, but they're also getting hit by a lot of other factors. So let's start with the mining stocks. These are the firms running high-powered computers to issue new Bitcoin. The sector as a whole, with names like Marathon Digital and Riot Blockchain, down an average 40% on the year. And Bitcoin mining is really capital intensive. It's also energy intensive. There's now higher energy costs and political risks around the environmental impact of this business. There's also been limited supply of chips out there that these companies need, and concerns about higher rates, making it a bit more expensive to borrow. Chris Brendler covers this sector over at D.A. Davidson. He tells me it doesn't help that there's never really been institutional support for this newer crypto sector, but he does see some upside. He says the stocks are now cheap, and mining, he says, is still profitable with roughly 80% gross margins at this point. A company that's not as profitable, Coinbase, that's the largest U.S. exchange. It's off about 45% this year, getting hit by a slowdown in trading, and investors have been worried lately about margin compression. We had Jim Chanos notably shorting the stock for that reason. Then you've got MicroStrategy and Jack Dorsey's Block, both really seen as crypto plays at this point. They hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet, but they're down double digits as software and some of the tech valuations get compressed. And finally, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. That's really supposed to track the price of Bitcoin. It's been seen as a way for institutional investors to get exposure to crypto without having to buy Bitcoin directly, but even that is underperforming. It trades at a discount to the actual asset and is eventually looking to convert into a spot Bitcoin ETF. Back to you guys.
Kate Rooney.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.